We are at day 615 of the most televised genocide in our history, and this is a pivotal moment, not only because of the darkness that now exists in Gaza as a consequence of Israel destroying their means of communicating with us, the civilian population, informing us what is happening there, which means it's an incredibly dangerous time in what has already been almost 2 years of absolute hell. It is also a pivotal time because Israel is pressuring the fascist regime in the United States to start a war with Iran, a war that will ignite the whole world and potentially result in the destruction of all of us. We've also witnessed in recent days, of course, the illegal abduction of humanitarians on the Freedom Flotilla Coalition's vessel Madeleine, and the incarceration of those individuals. But there is courage or encouragement that we can find within this, because despite what the nonsense of Piers Morgan and people like him might be saying, actually they succeeded in what they wanted to achieve, which was putting the spotlight on Israel's criminality. We also are witnessing the incredible Sumud convoy, the March to Gaza, taking place. Now we know that the Egyptian authorities have been trying to intervene and deport individuals who have gone there to be part of that march for humanity. We need to put pressure on the Egyptian authorities, who are being directed by their sponsors, Israel, the United States, and the vicious, violent Western Empire as a whole. We need to put the spotlight on them and pressure them to allow that march to Gaza to continue. Because our ruling classes, our governments have failed in the most basic moral and legal obligations in the most grotesque way. Not only that, we know that our national governments are actively participating in this genocide. And additionally, we've only recently found out that David Cameron literally threatened the International Criminal Court, stating that the UK would defund them if they pursued arrest warrants for Netanyahu, Gantz and others. So it should be of no surprise that Karim Khan, who took a long time to push for those arrest warrants, has suddenly disappeared under dubious allegations, which I don't know are true or not, but it just seems the timing is certainly fortuitous for the UK. So David Cameron has broken international law with no condemnation so far from the criminal in charge, Keir Starmer. But as I said, we should find encouragement in the actions of those participating in the March to Gaza. I would love to have been taking part, but I can't because of the nonsense that I'm being put through for opposing genocide. However, even for those of us who can't take part in that Sumud convoy, that March to Gaza, there are many, many important things that we can be doing, because it always is about reaching that critical mass and all making the contribution that we can. So now is the time to double down on our actions, to take every moral and legal avenue that is available to us. It's important, as our governments seek to intimidate us, to threaten us with criminalisation, that we do not submit. We demonstrate that same sumud, that steadfastness, and we stand up. We do not allow ourselves to be intimidated in the same way that those who have walked similar paths before us refuse to be intimidated. We find our strength and encouragement in the examples of others. We find our resource in reaching out to one another and to remembering that history is on our side, morality is on our side. So I want to thank you, all the brave souls at the March to Gaza who are participating. Thank you for showing us the way, for holding the light. And to everybody else, let's get on with it. Let's refuse to submit. Let's not get on our knees. Let's keep using our voices and supporting others to do likewise. Thank you so much. And as always, free Palestine.